Hello, what up, it's John, your movie madman, and I'm back. Today is my number 2 video in my top 69, so this is my second part of my 69 subscribers video, but I don't really need to introduce this, so I'm going to go from number 45 and do the next 23, and then on Friday I'll do my top 23. So I'm going to start with my number 45, which is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Very funny film, one of the only films that makes me laugh a lot every single time I watch it. So if you like comedies and you can handle a bit of strong language, it's definitely a film that you'd enjoy. Very referencey. I love comedies that are very referencey, and there's some really funny fourth wall breaking moments in there as well, which is quite funny to see. My number 44 is Aquaman. I've got this in 4K. This is the US edition. I do have the British edition as well, but I wanted the uncensored version, so I got it imported from the US as well, so I could have the uncensored version, just because I'm really sad like that. Aquaman is probably one of my favourite 4K movies. I will be doing a proper review on Aquaman very soon as well, so you got that to look forward to. My number 43 is a foreign movie. Don't know if you guys have heard of The Raid. Love The Raid. I think this is the only film that I saw in the cinema 4 times in one day. That was how much I loved it, because foreign films don't last very long at the cinema, so I knew that I didn't have a lot of time to watch it, so I just came in one day and watched it 4 times in one day. I think I sat in the same seat and just stayed in there, apart from getting up and going to the toilet and getting food and stuff. But amazing film. Love an action film. Love an Indonesian action film as well. Number 42 on my list is the Oscar-winning 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Absolutely amazing film. Absolutely amazing story. Very hard-hitting. Pretty sure this film made me cry quite a few times when I saw it. I mean, every time I watch it probably makes me cry, to be fair. I do like crying, apparently, so absolutely astounding film. Absolutely amazing performances. Definitely deserves those Oscars. That's 4K as well, so I will be doing a 4K video on that soon as well, so you got that to look forward to. Number 41 is John Wick. John Wick 1 is my number 41. Pretty certain I've done a review for the John Wick trilogy in 4K, so you know what I think about John Wick. But John Wick number 1 is my number 41. My number 40 is a digital one. I saw this on Netflix. I think I've only seen it on Netflix. I haven't actually bought it yet, but I would like to one day. My number 40 is Falling Down with Michael Douglas. Absolutely amazing film. Amazing acting. Very close to home. Very relatable story. Like a man getting really angry about silly little things, just like we all do. So it's very interesting to see he's falling down. Number 39 is Primal Fear. Richard Gere and Edward Norton. Pretty sure this is Edward Norton's first film, and I think he got nominated for an Oscar for his performance in this film as well. It's one of Edward Norton's best roles. If you like a thriller, you like a courtroom drama thriller, then Primal Fear is definitely a way forward. And number 38 is Midnight Special. Now, I really love this film. I showed it to my friends on my birthday this year, and they all didn't like it. So I was a bit like, oh, I'm really sorry, I thought you guys would enjoy it, but I think they both thought it was a bit poo. So I can apologise to them for thinking it was a bit poo, but I really like it. I love Midnight Special. Joel Edgerton is one of my favourite actors, and he's in it. So I thought it's great. It's a really good film. Number 37 is John Wick Chapter 2, another really cool 4K action movie. My number 36 is another film starring Joel Edgerton, The Gift. I love The Gift. So many twists and turns. It's probably the only Blumhouse film I've seen that isn't a horror film. It's a really good thriller, absolutely amazing story. Karma, shows you a bit of karma. It does The Gift. But I won't go too much into that because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it. But you haven't seen it, get on The Gift. It's so good. Number 35 is my favourite Danny Boyle movie, Yesterday. I just love this. I love it because I love playing the guitar myself, so I just love the idea of this story. I thought it was really funny. It's funny that Ed Sheeran's in it as well for more than one scene, so it's good performance all round. My number 34 is The Raid 2, best action film you'll ever see in your life. It's quite long, but there's so much action in it, it's ridiculous. For a 2.5 hour film, about an hour and a half of it is like fighting and people getting shot in the face with 44s and stuff like that, so absolutely brilliant. Alright, it is. My number 33 is another digital one, Of Mice and Men. Such an incredible story. A lot of you are like, oh, I did Of Mice and Men at school and it's crap. And it's like, well, I didn't do Of Mice and Men at school, so fuck off. My number 32 is Freddy vs Jason. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Friday the 13th. So the fact that they put these two characters together, I thought it was really good. There are a lot of people that watch Freddy vs Jason and say it's stupid, but I loved it. I thought it was a really good idea, done really well. Bad acting from most people in it, but that's probably the only negative I've given to Freddy vs Jason. 31 is another digital movie on Netflix. Again, I saw this on Netflix because I think it's a Netflix original. So, In the Tall Grass, story by Stephen King's son. Absolutely amazing film. Little scary, but I love the idea of what they do with time in this movie. I thought was absolutely brilliant. I love films that play with time or the perception of time. I love stuff like that. So In the Tall Grass was really good for me. I really enjoyed In the Tall Grass. So number 30, going back to this box, you've guessed it, John Wick Chapter 3 is my number 30. So that's an exciting. All three of them are in my top 69. So it's a good franchise. It's John Wick. I love it. My number 29 is another Indonesian action movie, only on Netflix. So it's a digital one. The Night Comes for Us is my number 29. If you guys like The Raid and The Raid 2, The Night Comes for Us takes The Raid and The Raid 2 and puts it on speed. So it's absolutely mental. Pretty sure some of the fight scenes go on for a very long time. If you like a good fight scene, it's perfect for you. So my number 28 is An American Werewolf in London. I've shown you this before, did an unboxing for this and talked a little bit about it. I hear this is coming to 4K. This is a 4K restoration on a 1080p Blu-ray, so it still looks pretty good. But I hear this is coming to 4K in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's out in Germany, but I got this, so I couldn't be bothered to get it imported. I'll get it in 4K when it comes out over here, to be fair. My number 27 is The Cabin in the Woods. If you know much about The Cabin in the Woods, you'll know that you love this film. I don't know many people that saw Cabin in the Woods and didn't like it, but I loved it. I think it's a really, I'd say it's an original idea, but it's probably not. It's more like it takes the piss out of original ideas by putting it all in one. But I will do a 4K review on Cabin in the Woods. I got this for Christmas last year, year before. Absolutely incredible, and it's good 4K as well, which helps. But obviously you'll find that out when I do a 4K review for it, won't you? Yep. My number 26 is The World's End. I got this special World's End box. I will do some videos on the Cornetto trilogy and these special boxes. I've done one on Shaun of the Dead and the special boxes I've got for Shaun of the Dead, but I've got one for the other two as well. So I will dig into this a bit more then, but The World's End is my number 26. My number 25 is Hot Shots Part 2. One of those comedies that makes me laugh every time I see it. I do love a film that makes me laugh every time I see it. It's disappointing when you watch a comedy and you've seen it a few times and you don't really find it funny anymore. But Hot Shots is one of those comedies that I can watch many, many times and it makes me laugh every time. My number 24 is A Quiet Place. I've talked about A Quiet Place, I talked about A Quiet Place Part 2 as well. A Quiet Place Part 2 probably should be on this top 69 list somewhere. I just haven't amended my top 69 list in a while, and I don't like taking stuff off it, so it's difficult to add stuff, because whenever you add one you've got to take one off. So Quiet Place Part 2, let's just say both of them, A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2, are both my number 24. Oh, you can't have two films in the same number. Well, I just did, so get over it. And lastly for today, my first film directed by Bong Joon-ho, who, as you probably know, is my favourite director. My number 23 is Snowpiercer. Pretty sure most of Bong Joon-ho films are in my top 25, as this is number 23 and the first one, so you've got a few more of these that you'll see on Friday. Snowpiercer's great. There is a Netflix show based on Snowpiercer, which, from what I remember, wasn't very good, but the film's really good, so it's a very good watch, is Snowpiercer. So that's my middle 23 out of my top 69 list. I'll do my top 23 on Friday, so you'll see that on Friday. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Alright, thanks for watching this video. If you could like it, and if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. I'll see you guys on Friday. Alright, bye.